So my dad and I were driving to school, and first of all, like all of the streets coming up here were flooded. There was like water going over the grates because they were all full with leaves. It's actually really scary because like the car kept like sliding down hills and rivers and stuff. It was like, terrifying. And then we got onto Millbrook Drive by the high school, and there was this giant pool of water, and so we tried to drive through it, and the water went up like around the car, and we got up to the courtyard, and the water was so deep that we hit the curb leading to the courtyard. So we pulled up with the car, and it just hit the curb out of nowhere, and then we had to like back the car up because the courtyard had probably 4 inches of water in it. It was really deep. There was no way you could walk through that. The whole walkway leading up to the school was completely flooded, so you couldn't walk there. So I had to walk over this like the tiny little dirt path with scaffolding, and then he told me to climb over the scaffolding back onto the pathway. So I had to climb on the scaffolding, like follow the fence, and then jump over a pool of water to get back into the school, and then it was pretty clear from there. But it was really scary, and my shoes got soaking wet, and I had madrigals that morning, and me and a couple of other people genuinely had to take their shoes off and put them on a heater because they were so soaked through.
So I got to school this morning at 7:30 because I had maths, and the Mass Ave when I was driving was completely flooded. Like there was like a foot of water on the road, and then when I got to school, the courtyard was also flooded, and the roundabout like, turn right there was also flooded, and then through the gates, like you couldn't walk there because there was like a foot of water. So I had to go back around to the CVS entrance in the front of the school, and the walkway there was also flooded. It was like the water was like flowing. There were like waves, like it's a river, and then the water was coming in from the side as well. So I used my umbrella to get through the entrance into the school. Everyone was soaking wet in that. People had to like dry their shoes on the radiator.
I got to Mill Street, and I couldn't believe it when I saw 1.5 feet of water going through it with my car. I was just kind of shocked. It's my second day back from school after parental leave, and it was just a mess. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know if the river was flooding. I didn't know what was happening, but I made it into the parking lot okay. I was a little bit worried about my car today because I didn't know if it would float away, but thankfully it's safe and good, and we're all okay.